we can begin finally. How have you been, people? Day number 34 of review of Sacred 2. As you can see, I've recovered from my shitty flu, from my stupid flu from last time, and we precisely left at this very spot. As you can see, we have already explored 100% of an area. Alright, yeah, last time, as you can see, I kind of like limped all the way here. I kind of like got all the way here as I could. In the previous stream, I had that stupid flu. Fortunately, I am recovered. It took only some days to go off. Remember that we're in the middle of the winter here in South America, in Argentina. So we are in the middle of the winter, and there's kind of like abrupt temperature changes. So it went from 16 degrees Celsius to 5 degrees Celsius, and back and forth. Kind of like right now there's a storm. Usually our weather is impeccable, but it's these few weeks of the year that we get this shitty climate. But well, alright. But last time I managed to at least explore, even with my flu, all of the central region within and partly the southern region. Yep, we pretty much explored the southern, the center region here, more or less, this zone, because we kind of like arrived at Badawi, at this city here. We had a lot of quests in there in the previous stream to the one that we did on Thursday of last week. We explored the capital city, and then last time we explored Badawi. And from there, from the northwest section of the desert, we came all the way down over here to the southern section of the desert. Right, so we explored that central part last time. I didn't have a lot of energy, I must confess. And last time we explored all of that. So, with all of that, today I will finish, hopefully we will finish. I know that I left this zone here unexplored, and I know that we also have to go back, and if we have some time today, I want to go back to Shalun Zoom here, because even if we did the quests, there were some hidden dungeons there, and also we have the extra secret development. Shut up, I'm doing my recap here. We are here we have the super secret developer dungeon that we need to explore, and also we need to arrive at this island, and we have also some other secret zones. For example, these islands that I think you can actually explore them, the islands surrounding the Seraphim Island. So I have pretty good memory, so I won't forget them. But today we'll focus on exploring this final section of the desert, right? Pretty much just so you have a reference. We have a lot of side quests to finish. We did a lot last time, but we still have some over here. For example, the Scarab's Lair, the main quest here, Throne of Conflict. Pretty much this is the same plot as in Prince of Persia, in which the uncle of the legitimate inheritor, the legitimate prince of the desert region, we brought him a sacred weapon, and basically, as you can see, Throne in Conflict will further help him recover the throne. Well, pretty much, I think in these 5 minutes I did a perfect summary of what happened up until now. So, with all of that said, let us go on as I keep... I think I need to select my mount, because last time I bought a second one just in case my normal mount gets killed. So I have to select it, and... the other one, please, spider, this way. Don't tell me that you cannot have two mounts at the same time. That would be an interesting plot twist. It has never happened to me. The spider refuses to. The spider refuses to accept me. Doesn't want to accept me as its rider. Interesting. The harpy is following us. We are escorting her. Let's see. Right now, please. There we go. Beautiful. Oof, 52,000 gold. That's way too generous. But if you've been paying attention to my review, people, if you've been paying attention to my review, that's because we haven't died in a while. That's why we get such good read that book. That's why we get such good loot, which is precisely the topic that we are gonna cover today. The economic loot system of the game, which is quite interesting. And let me preface this topic, let me begin by saying that
I have reached my destination. What is going to happen now?
2045 or 2045. Let's see. Should do it. I think we have instant cooldowns by now, huh? 9.9 seconds with my 1.1 second cooldown reduction per hit. It's pretty much instant cooldowns. So let's see. Did that quest update or what? The number of the beetle. Ah, it's kind of like a code that we need to uncover. Alright, let's get over there then. Through here. Let's go. This quest will also be perfect for exploring the rest of this zone. Pretty good enemy variety here, the stone guardians that we've been going up against. We have decent resistances. 7145 or 7,145. Okay. Let's see what else we get.
Repent, child. Repent.
So for today I wanted to explore the economic system, the economic loot system of the game. And let's begin by saying precisely
otherwise this stays here.
That the game, out of all of the elements that it has, 13,337, 13k, okay, alright. Let me guess, now I need to remember them all. Better do it fast before I forget them. 2045, 7145, 13,337. Let's see. Oh, thank you. That's a lot of beetles. We go down. Autumn flowers. Summer will bring mighty showers.
Never had any doubts.
Pretty easy. I actually didn't have to remember them. So the first element of the economic loot system of the game and the item system of the game in general, pretty much the idea of what we're gonna do now is to explore this zone. We'll leave this zone explored. We'll cover all of this. We also have this canyon to explore, which leads to a settlement potentially because there's a route here. And once we explore that southern section of the desert, people, we'll be able to explore the northern coastline through here. That's pretty much the plan for today. We'll explore these two zones that I left and explored on Thursday. Then we will get to the coastline, and from there we'll cover all of the dungeons that are probably at the northern section of the west of the desert. We'll finish the main story, and pretty much that is it. So for today I wanted to explore, as we do all of those quests, I wanted to explore the influence of the economic loot system of the game. And as I was mentioning, let me begin by getting to the first element that brings a lot of new ideas to the isometric action RPG genre and the MMORPG genre. Remember, we did the genre classification of the game several streams ago. The first element is the internal clock system, which inherently isn't part of the loot system of the game, but it has the most innovative, ingenious influence on it that I've seen in a while in an MMORPG, even if this is an isometric MMORPG. In an MMORPG and also in an isometric action RPG. The longer you stay alive, the longer you don't get killed, that internal clock increases exponentially. It exponentially increases the loot that you will get. And that is extremely important. Why? Because the price of potions, which you will need to survive in this game, we explained this at the beginning of the series, but I didn't have all of the elements of the end game gameplay mechanics of the game. For example, I could only use light health potions, instead of normal potions. And all of that internal clock system influences the loot you'll get. How much gold you'll have, you'll loot from enemies, and the quality of the loot. Why is this important? Because the price of gear, including potions as well, consumables and gear, both of them, exponentially increases. This is something that at the beginning of the series I made a mistake repeatedly, because at the beginning of the series I assumed that the price of potions was directly proportional to your total amount of money, which would have been a viable solution as well for the problem that I'm going to explain in a minute, which is the fact that how the difficulty of creating a loot system in a game that retains a perfect balance between what the player can loot from enemies and what he can get from looted enemies, what he can get from vendors, kind of like looted enemies and vendors. How difficult it is to strike a balance between those two. So, in the case of Sacred 2, I originally assumed that the loot you get with this internal clock system that I'm mentioning was directly proportional the price of potions, of consumables and gear that you can get from vendors in this game, which at the end of the day you will need to survive, was directly proportional to the total amount of money that the player would have, right? But I was wrong. The prices of potions and gear, they are both exponentially proportional to the level of the player. See why I always love to revisit the topics that I originally analyzed at the beginning of the series? Because when you get to the end game gameplay mechanics of the game, it's a different, and you can never get to them if you don't analyze them 100%. It's totally different. See how different it is. I originally assumed that the prices of potions and gear were directly related, proportional to my total amount of money. No, they are tied to the player's level, right? And the more you level up, the more the price increases, right? That's the first element that I wanted to highlight about the loot system. So my original assumption was wrong, but as you can see, I haven't forgotten to highlight it, and once we get to the final analysis, I'll highlight it again. So what's the influence? What's the impact of this loot system philosophy? What's the impact of this loot system philosophy on the gameplay mechanics of the game? What's the impact it has? Well, as I mentioned, second element, we need to address the difficulty of striking a balance between two polar opposites, which are allowing the player to get decent gear from vendors, not even decent, or to get gear from loot, from killed enemies, from loot. So, how do we strike that perfect balance between getting decent gear from vendors so they are not completely useless, which is precisely the situation, the cliché, the typical situation that plagues 99% of modern RPG games. Vendors become useless, like in Diablo 3 for example. Vendors become useless, or in any MMORPG that you could ever possibly imagine, any modern ones, because we've had some good examples of good old school MMORPGs that had decent vendors. For example, in Star Wars The Old Republic and in World of Warcraft, generally MMORPGs do tend to solve this because they have kind of like PvE gear or PvP gear. That's how MMORPGs solve this issue of striking a perfect balance between getting decent gear from vendors and getting the best loot from looted enemies, which of course always, let me begin by saying that of course the best loot should always come from enemies, because otherwise you are always you always want to ensure, the developers want to ensure that the player has that sense of progression, that once he gets to kill the almighty powerful Omega Chad enemy, he will get the reward. He'll get the reward. The player will get the reward of getting the best loot.
Have room for this item.
Pretty much similar to climbing a mountain. That sense of progression that is the very spirit of the loot system, the core mechanic of it. But the problem is that in 99% of modern games, the problem we get is that this is unbalanced.
I will make you
Why?
bleed.
Because the loot system is 100% absorbed by the main core gameplay mechanic of killing enemies and looting the best gear from them, which, as I've said, it's natural and it's the correct thing to do, because otherwise you are taking that sense of reward from the player. So, while not taking that sense of reward from the player, from, of course, always taking into account that the best gear should be looted from the best mobs, from the best world bosses of the game, for sure, it's difficult to strike a balance between doing that and making vendors completely useless. If you think about it. The vendors are pretty much useless in a lot of modern games. They are completely useless to the point that you don't even
Power emanates from this
take that in a lot of modern games you don't even take them into account, right? Like, hang on a second, there we go. That you don't even take them into account, and I think that's also a mistake, definitely, because you don't want vendors to give you the best gear, but you also don't want them to be completely useless, because if you make them completely useless, Fairy Tale Wedding, what, the quest failed? What's the meaning of this? What day I had to complete a quest? What's the meaning of this? Oh, that shit.
heretic.
Don't tell me I took way too much time. Damn it. Don't worry, we can still Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Let me restart. God damn it. I didn't know I had a timed quest right away. God damn it. I had a timed quest right away, people. God damn it. Yes, you can see I'm reorganizing my... If you haven't noticed, I am reorganizing my shelves here. I'm reorganizing my shelves there because I ran out of room. But don't worry, because I'll have enough room as to display all of my games. I had a problem, which was that some of the games weren't being displayed. So, precisely as I was mentioning, you need to strike that perfect balance between not making vendors useless on one hand, and on the other hand, ensuring that that sense of progression is still present for the player. It's still there for the player, because it's extremely difficult to get to that perfect balance of having useful vendors, but having useful items sold by shops in isometric action RPG games and RPG and modern RPG games in general, but at the same time ensuring that you are not destroying that sense of progression. So the game does have that perfect balance. I think Sacred 2 strikes a quite outstanding balance. So, which one was it? Fairy Tale Wedding. Please tell me. Well, it didn't record my exploration. Shit. Well, there it is. Let me teleport over there. They should tell you when a quest is timed. See, if the game would have an enhanced edition, that would be a good. That would be a nice touch and a nice addition. So let's see. There you go. Have you brought my future wife? Thank you. Here's something for you. There we go.
Too easy.
Finally, don't worry. The loot does record. The loot does record. Listen? Well, whatever. Yeah, the loot does record. Remove this. Remove this over here. There we go.
Power emanates from this item.
There we go. Another Wayfarer. Is it of a higher level? No, it's a similar I have. I had that one last time. We have a merchant here. Sorry that today we began with that. Sorry, it's been a whole weekend. You have no idea how many things I do in a weekend. So hey, this is a one-handed quarter staff of illusions, and it has 50% of ice damage. Quite interesting. Opponent's chance to burn. Why? No, this goes against my elemental damage. As an Inquisitor, I deal a lot of elemental fire damage, so yeah. Saraki's intuition, it cannot compete with this, definitely. Generation penalty, chance of... no, forget it. No. There we go. Out of here, all of you. Illegard's compliance. Regeneration per hit 0.9. Respect for that one. Do I still believe that it's pretty good, but it cannot compete with... It definitely cannot compete with Crimson Fury Myths. Because of the damage converted to poison, it's an integral part of my system and blah 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 blah. It's an integral part of my elemental damage types. Alright. Yeah. That was inconvenient. Absolutely a mess. How am I supposed to explore those two sections now? Well, we'll explore them at the end of the stream then. We'll re-explore them at the end of the stream then. Let's begin with the quests. Let's begin with the quests, people. Between the fact that I started late because of the fact that Streamlabs got updated right before I started the stream, and this, well, between those two things, I think.
Does that hurt, heretic?
Today we'll end up at so extremely late. But well, no worries, no worries, no worries, no worries. Yeah, when Streamlabs updates, pretty much it erased all of my tags first. Then it also, alright, my passive buffs. That's why I was taking so much damage. It erased my picked up letter of recommendation. Okay, it pretty much Streamlabs pretty much updated, and it got it erased my tags. I had to reactivate them. I had to re-log in, and I still haven't logged in into the chat, so I still can't chat. So, well, we'll do that in the during this stream. And as you can see, people, we finished the quest. Yeah, but we finished the quest here. Alright, then I'll have to combine the previous section of the stream and this one. Alright, so there you'll have the intro. Okay, so good. We finished the quest. Sadly, I was exploring these two sections when a timed quest triggered and failed, so I had to restart, and I don't have these two sections explored. Pretty much, it won't take us more than some minutes, but we'll begin with the dungeon. Right, so let's do that. Let's begin with the dungeon. And the main quest, because that letter of recommendation was actually the main quest. Alright. So, as I was mentioning, the item system of the game. The item system of the game. After those two elements that I mentioned, the fact that that you have to strike a perfect balance between the gear that you loot from enemies and the gear that you can get from vendors. So vendors aren't useless, but you don't destroy that sense of progression from beating the most powerful enemies of the game after striking that balance. And the other element, the fact that the game has an internal clock system that ensures that the more you stay alive, the more the game rewards you with better loot and gear. Those two elements combined make for an extraordinary loot system.
Almost there now.
Hey, secret zone. Or not. We had two quests. The Scarab Slayer. That's the Scarab Slayer. Hey, what's that? There's a quest in the middle of the mountains. Hang on a second. Let's begin with the main Inquisitor quest. Remember, we are trying to ensure that the prince reclaims his throne from his uncle, the usurper. Remember.
The provisional king wants to see me? Oh, how exciting. I wonder what he wants. Perhaps he's heard of my theories and wants to ask me about them. I really should finish this experiment, but we can't keep the king waiting, I suppose. Okay, I'm ready. Let's go.
We could already be on our way if you weren't so slow, old man.
Alright. Pretty much we need to bring this alchemist to restore the sword for the prince. so he can reclaim the throne with that sacred and special weapon. But in the meantime, let's do the Scarab's Lair, which is a side quest that we got last time. Right, let's unmount and let's get into the first dungeon of the day, people. Let's get into the first dungeon of the day. Since this is a Scarab's Lair, I expect a lot of Scarabs. But looks like we also have Griffins. I dealt with Griffins before. Scarab defeated. I have pretty much instant cooldowns by now, huh? I think I have instant cooldowns. Yeah, they are Griffins. What do they deal? They deal magic damage. Alright. I don't think the Scarabs deal poison damage. So unless we stumble upon spiders, I think we're pretty good. They don't have poison resistance, huh? Only fire. Hey, we are level 67. We are pretty close to our level 75, which is our goal, pretty much. Which will give us our legendary third buff. I'll reactivate Purifying Chastisement, and that'll be pretty much, hey, a secret poison relic. Good. 83, 99. So we have 82, 83, 77. 77. There we go. Finally a legendary poison relic. I think it's the first one I loot. Yeah. Pretty much the first one and the only one. I have kind of like legendary magic, poison, magic, ice, and fire relics, but never poison. It's kind of like the last type of relic that simply refuses to give me a good legendary relic. So going back to the loot system of the game, people, so we don't lose focus, because I analyze so many things that sometimes I lose focus of them. Basically, that internal clock system ensures that the more you stay alive, the better loot you get. So first of all, that element has a lot of innovation and ingenuity behind it. It's something that I don't see in a lot of modern games and would be a fine addition. Definitely. It would reward staying alive in such an elegant way that it would encourage players in a perfectly subtle way to improve their gameplay and everything. So I think it's quite good, quite ingenious, but also not only that, it influences the gameplay mechanics of the game. It completely changes the whole economic system, which is precisely the topic that I wanted to cover today. The internal clock system of the game, with the two elements that I've been mentioning, it has a direct impact on the economic system of the game. Why, people? Because if you die a lot, like what happened to me, I think we had, last time I checked in the Respec third-party program of the game that I showcased at the beginning of the series, I think that my last death was death number 461 before I kind of like truly mastered the game and pretty much stopped dying once I understood the naming conventions of the stats. But up until that moment, I died 461 times. So if you watch the entire series, you will see that progressively, the economic system of the game is completely influenced by this internal clock system that I'm mentioning, that the more you stay alive, the better loot you get. Why, people? Why? Because you can see, if you pay attention to my economy throughout the mid-game gameplay mechanics, And now at the end game gameplay mechanics, we pretty much mastered the game by now. We don't consume a lot of potions, and in turn that causes us to have a strong economy. As you can see, I have 11 million, as I showed you previously. The fact that I now have those 11 million, I have 11 million gold, it would have never been possible at the beginning of the series. Why? Because the economic system is perfectly designed so the player will be rewarded for better gameplay and for a better understanding of the abstract model of the gameplay system of the game. Going back to what I said, I died 461 times when at the beginning of the series, when I didn't understood the gameplay mechanics. There was a steep learning curve and a learning process that changed that, as you could see in these 34 days. But notice this, today I wanted to focus on the loot system of the game and how it influences the abstract complexity of the gameplay mechanics. If you die a lot in this game, if you die a lot, like I did at the beginning of the series, like 99% of people will die at the beginning of the series because of the abstract complexity of the learning curve that we've been mentioning in previous streams. Let's turn in that quest and let's keep exploring the western section of the desert. The more you die, when you die a lot, your economy will never improve at all in this game. You will always be forced to spend a lot of gold on potions that actually won't help you at all if you don't understand, for example, the naming conventions of the gameplay mechanics that we've been analyzing. If you don't understand, for example, the worst mistake that I did, the worst mistake that I made was not understanding that attack value, is the naming convention for accuracy in this game, and defense value, evasion. Before understanding those two naming conventions that the game has, which are actually inherited from the classic RPG genre, the games developed with the Infinity Engine, pretty much Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dale, those developed by Black Isle. Drakensang, for example, was another great German game, same as Sacred 2. That was a classic RPG, and if you die a lot, your economy will never improve. Why? Because if you don't understand accuracy and you don't understand defense and you don't understand the elemental damage system of the game, if you don't understand it, you will die a lot, regardless of the loot you get. You could see that I got extremely good loot at the beginning of the series. You already found the source of living and sure, here, take the artifact. Okay. You could see that I got pretty good loot at the beginning of the series. I got pretty good loot, but it didn't help me. Amulet of the Jade Scarab, 22 defense values, for example. See this one. See this one, people. 22 defense value. This one, I already know that it's pretty much... I have to engrave it right now, because that is direct evasion, for example. And I need to get to a smith. I think I have a smith here. Yeah, right beside me. Where's the smith? Here. Until I didn't understand those naming conventions, until that didn't happen. Wait, I think I need to take... Let me take this one from here. There we go. And let me place... there's only one. Alright, then I'll have to... Damn it, I have way too many amulets. I'll have to work with this one, and then... we'll have to do this one again. Okay. And then I need another one. For example, here, this one. Regeneration per hit 0.4. Regeneration per hit 0.4. We can... Oh damn it, I already lost that one. Well, doesn't matter. I can do this one, and we'll lose 0.4 regeneration per hit, which is not good, but well, I can't. This one is kind of like regeneration time, gruesome inquisition 11, and it's 11%, and it's a passive, so it's more important to have that one. And now, oh, look at my defense, pretty good. Okay, so as I was mentioning, before I understood those naming conventions, I died a lot. So what's the impact of that on the economic system of the game? You'll never be able to... Let's use the Resurrection Monolith. You will never be able to pretty much explore. You will never be able to improve your economy. You'll never be able to improve your economy at all. And you'll never be able to save money in this game at all. You'll always be running out of money because you'll have to buy a lot of potions, right? So if you don't understand the abstract complexity of the gameplay mechanics of the game, the direct consequence, because of how the economic system is designed, is that you will never be able to save money at all. You'll never be able to save money. Nothing. It happened to me at the beginning of the series. It happened to me. And it will happen to anyone who is a newbie at this game. It'll happen to everyone. And so... Sorry, I had to turn off my AC. my AC, my air conditioner. If you run... You will never be able to save money. Because you'll always have to be... You'll constantly have to be constantly buying potions one after the other. You'll have to buy potions and buy potions and buy potions and buy potions just to survive. Just to survive. It doesn't matter what you loot. If you don't understand the naming conventions of the game, if you don't understand the abstract complexity of the gameplay mechanics, if you don't survive, you will always have a negative tendency to lose more HP than what you can loot from enemies, right? So the second that happens, the second that proportion is negative, and you
do not confuse bravery with madness.
The second that proportion is negative, and you don't get, you cannot loot as much money as you will spend buying potions because of how the economic system of the game is designed. The second that happens, saving money in this game becomes impossible. It's beyond the player's reach. The second that happens, and you won't be able to, for example, I don't know, put your gems into your gear. You won't be able to mod your gear, and if you are unable to mod your gear, you'll be unable to manipulate your elemental damage. If you cannot modify your elemental damage, if you cannot enhance it, the direct consequence, or another consequence, is that you will be absolutely ineffective in combat. Why? Because the second you stumble upon an enemy with pretty good elemental resistances, you will be forced... Here we have a lot of quests. Alright, so we begin officially the westernmost section of the desert. Let's grab the quests and do them one after the other, because I'm sure they'll be all around this area. This is pretty much how the game works, people. So, see how many consequences the economic system of the game has on the gameplay mechanics. If you don't understand the naming conventions, if you don't understand the abstract model of the gameplay mechanics, elemental modification of your damage is out of your reach, and you will eventually be inefficient in combat. And the second that happens, you'll have that negative proportion that I've been mentioning. You will lose more money trying to farm than what you will get, than the money that you'll get farming. Pretty much, farming will have a negative proportion, and you'll have to buy potions to compensate for your lack of understanding of the gameplay mechanics, and that'll cause that negative proportion that I've been mentioning. You'll lose more money than you will get, and the direct consequence of that is that you'll never be able to save money in this game. If you cannot save money, you cannot modify your gear, as I mentioned, and you cannot modify your elemental damage. See how many consequences a subtle element like the economic design of the game, the abstract model of the economic design of the game, has on the gameplay mechanics. It's the influence of the economic loot system of the game on the gameplay mechanics. These relationships are things that reviewers don't pay attention to, and they have a lot of consequences that I will get to in a moment. But just as a quick summary, pretty much the second you allow the player to simply farm in a brain-dead way without having this proportion between the economic system, the abstract economic model of the game, and the system it creates with the gameplay mechanics and the player's performance, the second that happens, the game becomes brain-dead, and it ends up being brain-dead farming. What we usually call brain-dead farming, like in, for example, a lot of modern isometric action RPGs. Think about Diablo 3, think about Diablo 4, think about MMORPGs as well. MMORPGs. But well, let's grab the quests and let's continue with the abstract analysis of the economic system of the game. Help me find and its consequences. Can I ask you a favor? My name is Gara. I'm not from around here. I'm a winter, a writer, and my look on Netflix is supposed to be in this area. That's why I'm conducting extensive research. Unfortunately, my dog Buffy ran away. Would you help me look for her?
They call me a bad wolf
Poor
because I'm
citizen, the
solving
dog
problems.
is lost. Alright. Let me grab the other one. Check on the machines progress. Greetings, I'm an investor and I'm constantly looking for a new project. My latest investment is in a machine. No, you invest on something. The proposition there is wrong. That turns sand into water. It would. That's the English teacher talking from the bottom of my soul. So well in the desert I get, but I haven't heard from the scientist in a while. I've given him a lot of gold, but I don't have anything. Will you loan on me? Project. How long it will be? Return to me with a report, and I shall reward you handsomely.
I give
Let's
you hope.
we have a pirate here. This is weird. Pirates were kind of like an exclusive enemy variety of the initial area of the game. Pretty good enemy variety, by the way. That's another thing that we need to go back to now that we go to the end game level design of the game. We need to go back to the incredible enemy variety that we get and how it impacts the gameplay mechanics, because they have different elemental resistances. Take the stolen horses from to the port. Hey you, yes you look like a good person to steal horses with. I'm laughing my head off. Sorry, where was I? There's such a profitable job that you would come from here. The horse thieves camp down shoreline. You know, well, the horses, not the thieves, of course. You look like you can handle some gallows birds. Go get them stolen horses and take them to the airport. We're going to forgive you. You know, without witnesses. Okay. Any other? Because as you can see, people, see, I had a quest there, and now we have two more right around it. So as you can see, it's always the best policy is to always grab all of the quests and then explore the area 100%. All right, that's pretty much the best policy, because otherwise, hey, we have a resurrection monolith there. Let's get to it. Let's activate it. There we go. And this is the main quest. No, two more. Talk to alchemist Narusul. Are you here to watch the bottle fights too? What? You don't know about the bottle fights? Normally I'll drive you out of town for such ignorance, but since you are a foreigner, I'll just forget about it. Bottle fights are quite popular in this area, and everyone's allowed to participate. All you need is a bottle with a ghost in it. Then the two bottles compete. Well, the two owners of the two bottles, of course. They conjure the genie in the bottle, and then the two genies duel. The victor wins. It's that simple. I'm usually the winner. My little Timbolus is undefeated so far lately, so it's actually Genie battle. Lately, I've been hearing that Navus, an alchemist in a nearby town, has been boasting that he has the ultimate genie in a bottle. You could do me a little favor, visit Navus and buy this genie.
You should feel honored, for I
Why?
will
I'm
help
lost the
you.
back of my happy sad. I'm so angry, I'm so sad. Come
The
for me.
Inquisition will take care of this matter.
Sad Simon. We also need to escort the decrepit. I'm so sad. What the?
Glory and power.
Sad Simon. Completed. What? I don't know what that was about. But the quest is completed. Alright. I presume that you could, I don't know, get some quests and do it? I don't know. Pretty weird. He wanted some heads or something like that. I didn't even read, my bad, but the quest is not failed, so, well. Enough for me. Where's the main quest? The main quest should be over here. The main quest should be over here, people. It should be over here. Wait. Alright, here we go. Up here. Alright, let me check that the stream is working perfectly after that shitty update. After that shitty update. Let me ensure that the stream is working properly. Every now in a while I want to check it because otherwise with these stupid updates it wouldn't be the first time. It wouldn't be the first time that it sure no, it's going smoothly and perfectly. Smoothly and
So
perfectly.
he is. Fine. Well done. Now let's find out how cooperative he can be.
Alright, remember we had to bring the alchemist to the prince.
I have defeated earth elementals, trolls, and dragons. That scorpion I'll crush under one sandal, no matter how big it is.
Alright, now we need to kill a giant scorpion or what? Huh? Alright, he talked to the alchemist. And?
It looks like we're not quite ready. The alchemist said that we must have the blood of the garganthropod for the ritual. You will
Garganthropod.
find such a giant scorpion south of here. Do be careful. It's a horrific creature. Go kill it, then bring its blood to me.
Alright, to the south. Good. It leads us to the next area. Precisely what I wanted. Precisely what I wanted. Good. Good. So. Right. There we go. This path, it's a bit intricate, but good. Here we go. Looks like there's a quest that I can finish right away, which we will do, I guess. Which one is it? The harpy or some last journey? This one is the one about the harpy. We'll do that one next. Here there's nothing. It must be some kind of bug. It wouldn't be the first time. Ah, no, it's over there. Okay. We also need to explore that section, but we'll begin with the western section of the desert. Alright, let's do it. As I was mentioning, people, going back to the loot system of the game, you want to strike that perfect balance. But not only that. Honestly. Well, we'll continue once I read once I pick up all of the side quests, because otherwise they'll interrupt me and it'll be a mess. Bedouin, Erteg. Pull all of these posters up in Farum, Korum, and Eldarag. My name is Erteg. I'm a farmer. That's right, a farmer. This region might not be the most plentiful, but we managed to grow a few small crops here. I specialize in lettuce. I'm not a rich man, but I can get by. Sometimes on those long, cold, lonely desert nights when all you can hear is chirping and the crickets and the giant spiders sucking the blood from some unfortunate sheep. Sometimes I wish I had a lady at my side. There are no women out here, but who knows? Perhaps there's a woman somewhere just waiting to get married. I've made these posters here. Take a look. Desert farmer seeks lady. Marriage possible. Could you put up these posters in the cities of Korum, Farum, and Eldarag for me? I know it's a long journey, but you would be doing me a great favor.
You just worry about the collection. I would be
We have
back
another
soon.
quest there. Right, let's do the last journey first, in which we need to escort this harpy to her death, which is quite sad. And I mentioned this last time, that I'm quite depressed by this quest. But well, it's what we must do. It's what the game asks of us. Why is it that I cannot explore this whole region? Probably I need to get to that edge. The game developers ensured that the level design was so perfectly done, so the player has to actually do this and get to this edge to get perfect exploration. Could it be? It's not beyond them. It would be something quite common in this game. Wouldn't be the first time. So I need to... The poster looks fine here. Good. So that one is done. Looks fine here, but I cannot... Do I have to place it or something? Okay, we'll have to... Up. Alright, yeah. There we go. It's working. Now where? Korum? Alright, good. Alright, it doesn't update automatically. Okay. I'll do that quest because it's confusing and I hate confusing game objectives. Let's do that one. Let's do that one first. So as I was mentioning, the items, the loot system of the game has a huge impact on the economy. Hey, periodic damage over time. Periodic physical damage over time. It has a lot of consequences. First, the first consequence that I wanted to mention, the direct consequence, is that the second you
Comes over you.
it was there. The objective was over there. Alright. Whatever. My regeneration went up. Damn it, shit. The other side, these stupid scarabs are slowing down my progress. The first consequence is that the second your item system is such that you allow the player to have infinite money without any kind of difficulty, like in a lot of modern isometric action RPG games.
Do not confuse.
What's this? Now it changed over there. Because we have to enter the dungeon. Okay. Get out of here.
Foreseeable.
Let me move, please. Let me move. Don't make me waste time. They're so unbearable, these scarabs. The second, your loot system. There we go. the second your loot is it through here or what? The objective was here.
Get me a pack horse. Otherwise, this stays here.
The second you do that, the second you allow the player to have infinite money, like in Diablo, for example, in Diablo 3, you are completely destroying the spider, please. So to hell with this quest. To hell with this quest. To hell with it. Let's go with the Harpy quest, which is much more important. The second you create a loot system in which you allow the player to have infinite money, and you don't have any, and you don't put any proportions like in Sacred 2. Like in Sacred 2, for example, Sacred 2 has strikes that perfect balance, but it's quite difficult to get to that balance of getting pretty decent gear from the loot, but not making the player millionaire if he doesn't understand the gameplay mechanics. As you could see, as I've been mentioning, in Sacred 2, the learning curve is steeper than in most games, and that allows... Here, this is the place. Alright, this is the Harpy's nest. Seems to be the right place. There are bones lying around everywhere. There we go. Let's see if we can get rid of all of them.
Your soul belongs to me.
Thank you, now I can finally get to sleep. How I will welcome the quiet. Alright, there you go. There you go, all happy. Okay. Now, going back to the economic system of the game. If you don't understand the gameplay mechanics, as I was mentioning before arriving at that town, you will always get that negative proportion in which you won't be efficient in combat, so you won't be able to have a positive income in terms of the loot you get compared to the potions that you will have to spend on surviving. That happened to me at the beginning of the series.
Your death came almost too easily.
And when that happened, or for the whole time that happened, I was unable to get any money, and I was unable to mod my gear, and the ultimate consequence of all of that was that I was unable to improve my stats as a whole. Damn it. There we go. Hey, we got a...
Power emanates from this item.
There was another legendary here. I just know it. Hey, there's a book. There we go. Saraki's Destiny, and... There we go. Good. Inventories, there we go. Potion of the Mentor. Hey, wait, what's that? That one is taking damage. I need to bring that... What's that? The new book. Okay, we'll do the... Damn it, she's bleeding. The new book. Where's the new book? We need to get rid of that one. Let's get straight over there before the escort T gets killed. Alright. It's a cliff. It's a cliff. Looks like it was over here. There we go. No, let me get out of this place. This zone is so twisted, the passages are so twisted that... Let me get out of here. We need to deliver that. That NPC ASAP before it gets killed. Here we go. Right away. Come on, we can do it. We're in the middle of the deepest section of the desert. Let's see. Has to be over here. Wasn't it the dog that we were looking for? Inside of the dungeon. Come on, quickly. I've got a lot of experience with this. With losing escortees like that. There we go. I won't even loot. Let's get right over there. What day is this a joke? I know. There are some stairs here. Good. No. Camera. Let's change to poison resistance.
Check my inventory one more time.
Yeah. There we go. Perfect. Okay.
I don't have room for that.
Good. And here should be your dog. Yeah, there it is. Look at that. A nice little pup there. All yours. Now you cannot get killed.
Only mean to help.
Let's turn in the quest. There she is. Come here and don't you dare to run away again. Well, since we are here already, do you think you could do me another favor? There is a small settlement not far from here, in a region where the legendary stone warriors are supposed to roam. I don't dare to go there alone, but with you by my side I feel safe. Will you escort me to that village?
For the gods.
No, she retains the same amount of health. God damn it, shit. Now we also have the dog. Shit. God damn it. That was an unexpected and unfortunate turn of events. So let's hope she doesn't die. If she dies, I'll have to restart the... Level 69. This is a pretty high level zone. Okay. So as I was mentioning, let's go back to the loot, to the item system as I get rid of this girl before we proceed. The economic system of the game, the economic loot system of the game has a lot of ingenuity because of the internal clock system that I mentioned and everything, all of the elements that we mentioned at the beginning of the stream. Right, perfect. But with all of that ingenuity, there's another element that we should pay attention to, because precisely as I was mentioning, it has a lot of consequences. Think about Diablo, think about the typical isometric action RPG that we play. Think about it and you'll see, think about any of the usual isometric action RPG games that you played in the past, and you will see that there isn't a relationship between... That one's pretty good. Hello, a legendary fire relic. Good. There isn't a relationship between the economic system and the understanding of the gameplay mechanics by the player. Pretty similar to what Dark Souls does. For example, you lose your souls and you cannot progress. You will be unable to buy your stuff and the like. You won't be able to get the best gear if you die a lot. The game is able to successfully reward the player for understanding, for properly understanding the abstract complexity of the gameplay mechanics. But nowadays we have a lot of isometric action RPG games, we have a lot of modern RPG games in which the players 100% exploration, we're done here. In which the player's performance, the player's understanding of the abstract model and complexity of the gameplay mechanics is dissociated from the economic system of the game. There isn't a reward system in place for properly playing the game and understanding the gameplay mechanics. We have a lot of games that don't punish the player for not understanding the game. Where did I appear? Hey! For not understanding the gameplay mechanics. And that is absolutely terrible. That's absolutely terrible because games with a directly proportional relationship between the economic system and the player's understanding of the abstract model of the game are more rewarding. That's why Dark Souls is so addictive to a lot of people. Because the economic system has a relationship with the gameplay mechanics. The game will economically reward or punish you according to your performance. The second you take out that element from the equation, the second you simply allow the player to have infinite money, regardless of his performance. Well, this is the Dark Rituals quest that I've been doing. It basically makes you explore all Fancaria. It's a pretty long quest. How often have I proclaimed it? Be careful when you summon things. No one ever. I know it's a genie. No one ever listened to me. I have told them time and time again, one should leave this kind of magic to experts. Either this or an extra school of summoners or exorcists should be opened, but no, the elves think they are above that sort of thing. Maybe a practiced summoner cannot cast a ball of fire, but surely he could have brought this creature from Kair's womb to this world on his own. Enslaved, that is. Give me those things, if you really want to help, then you should also get me something trifling. Just tell me if you're interested. Dark Rituals. Yeah, it's Dark Rituals. That quest has forced us to explore the whole place. To perform an invocation is as simple as it sounds. We need a medium that has been in contact with the demon. A living medium would be best. Summoning is much easier than an invocation. This can be explained very simply. As soon as we pull something from the spheres of chaos towards us, we call it a summoning. So summoning only ever has one origin. In contrast, invocation is much more complex. It means trying to transfer a creature from an unknown location to a known location. To finish the invocation, we also need a magic-filled bottle. The darker this magic, the better. I'll draw a mark on your map where you'll find it. Okay.
Gods.
And like this, we've arrived at the coastline. Let me save, because they recovered at least their HP there. And now we just need to get through the coastline to our objective, as you can see, as we explore.
Victory.
So we explore it 100%. So, let's get to it. I cannot explore this. Yeah, pretty much my cooldown times are not as good as previously because my regeneration per hit is a bit lower. But still, I get much more defense. That's the thing. I get much more defense rating. Defense value. It's called value.
Only need to help.
There we go, there we go, and let me just turn in those quests. And as I was mentioning, the first direct consequence that I wanted to... So that's the machine, that's the do damage. I should have a long time. I should have a long, hard talk with the scientist. There we go. Anyone else? Let me ensure that they are not killing my escortees. Perfect. Good. Mahmoud Sentia. As you can see, I'm making progress. Well, yes, you're right. Of course, you can't make water from sand. That's nonsense. I never tried to build a machine. I just wanted to have the gold. Here's the deal. I give you a lot of gold, and you let me go. I'll take a ship at once. You'll never see me again.
Glory
Whatever.
and power.
Do whatever you want. That's a lot of gold. Ah, there's another settlement over there, people. There's another settlement. Alright, let's see if I can get over there. So I can finally turn in my quest and get rid of all of these escortees. There we go, Scarab. Sure. There we go. There we go. Finally. Stop it. Stop it. There we go. Get rid of them. Especially this one. I think my attacks are not connected. Huh?
Don't have any room left for that.
That happens when you are actually not targeting them. Sometimes it happens. Alright, we've arrived. Let's see if I can... Hey, we level up! Good. My favorite 2 words. Level and up. And when combining a phrasal verb, level up. My favorite one. Here we go. There you are, horse courier. No witnesses so far. Good, then I'll make sure to say that when you receive your reward in form of... Ah, you want to kill me? Good. I love it. When we have traitors. Now, the question is, should I kill the entire town? Or not? That's the question. Where am I supposed to drop that girl? At Farmer 6 Lady, no. Tarum? New book, there, over there, okay. My bad. We'll have to go there. Well, we haven't explored this section, it'll be a perfect trip. Well, damn it. Well, I also had to get rid of the horses that I was escorting and turn in this one. Let me see. Yes, they look fine. I'll pay a reasonable price if you agree to sell them to me.
Task has been
The horses are yours. The rest are dead. That was Hand of the Royal Guard. Ah no, but it's a sword. I don't use swords, so you can keep them. This pendant, it's another amulet, pretty good, but well. Opponent's chance to burn, no. Spell intensity, etc, etc, etc. No. One could be useful. Pendant, Constitution +2. Neutralizing Pendant of the Gods. Look at that one. It reduces damage over time. All over the place. Dragon Scale Amulet. Damage over time, fire. Oh. It gives you a bit of fire armor, but no. Chance to evade 8. Damage over time, magic, no. Chance to evade. I can respect that, but then we sell this one. Damage over time, ice, no. Armor, ice. Aspect, Kabbalistic Voodoo, no. A defense value 12.8. Chance to block stun. Duration of potion effects, no. Chance to evade, no. I have a better one there. 9.5. Chance to have regeneration time. 7.5, quite useful. This one is for the high elf, so we get rid of it. This one out. Spell intensity, damage magic 10, 12, there we go. Spell intensity 21. Hoop, yep, that one is better. We need some spell intensity because that pretty much increases our ability damage, or the possibility of dealing full damage or something like that. Something along those lines. It was kind of like pretty much hey, we have a legendary there. Yep, 80, 81, 75. This one's a legendary, 99. What am I doing? In fact, I have 2 legendaries. In fact, we looted 2 legendaries. All legendaries now. We have all legendary magic relics there. Good. Pretty good. Now that's the stuff. We almost have four complete sets of all legendary relics. Good. Let me grab the quests here as well. First, find the first fragment of the Brurag scroll. Greetings. I am Gelmini, a passionate treasure hunter. Would you be interested in assisting me in my search for a valuable artifact? My employer promised me a handsome reward if I get him King Brurag El Lake's amulet. He was the ruler here a long time ago, and his grave was recently desecrated. Since then, the stone warriors have been lurking around here. I saw one of them earlier with a scroll in his hand. I need it. Let's go look for it together. Damn it, more people to escort. Collect the float, Sam, for me. Could you help me? A lot of old weapons, armor, and chests have washed up again. It seems as though another ship sank not too long ago. I need these goods, and I would be delighted if you could go and collect them for me. They'll be scattered all over the beach.
Be prepared to pay the price for this deed.
Alright, one more. We are grabbing quests like there's no tomorrow. Show the traveler around. You there, a word. Have you seen my business partner? A blonde high elf about this tall? No? Too bad. We organize adventure tours, you know. Quite a good business. People pay a lot of money to get chased through the sand by some wild bags. Real desert atmosphere. Campfires. Shivering in the freezing cold in your tent at night. Plus they get a I survived the desert certificate. But if I can find that, no good. Then how about you? Would you like to show my customer the adventurous world of the desert?
I give you hope.
Shit, it's full of escort missions. Hey Captain, I'm ready for adventure. When do we start?
The mission was a great success.
Alright, you know what to do. Your first destination lies to the east. A little fort with real soldiers. The rest is written on this note. Here, have
The
fun.
Inquisition will take care of this matter.
Alright. That's the quest item that I needed. Alright, and that brings you to Desert Baron. What? Let's explore the place, I guess. Let's explore the place. But well, as a wrap up for the item economic system of the game, as once we depart, yes, the same. Washed up goods. A picturesque place is written. Place in this barren desert. Oh, now we have a lot of problems. Let me save. Have a lot of people to explore. This is like a guided tour. Adventure tours. Find a lake. New book. Alright, we'll do this and complete these two and this one. Right? We'll do 3 quests at the same time. Now that we picked all of the quests, let me level up and let's go back to the economic system of the game that I wanted to cover. Hey, we're getting more skill points. Concentration. Gruesome Inquisition. What the? What's going on? Who's attacking the? Fortunately, it wasn't able to.
To help.
We are level. Yeah, this one. Gruesome Inquisition. Come on, lower my cooldowns as much as you can. 9.4. We're back on track. Let's go for... We'll hit the panel further. None of the stats increase accuracy. Well, this one, but the spells. Let me do this so we have something balanced. Let's do it. Okay, good. Good, people. Good. Alright. Let's see. Let me change to... Alright, the guided tour commences. It begins with so many people that we are... Well, I mean, we got more quests there. The quest density of this region is higher, definitely higher than the swamp region. It's definitely higher than the swamp region and the island region. Like here, the quest density is the highest I've seen in a while since the first area. There we go. How's my regeneration per hit? Wait, let me see. How's it doing? What's my regeneration per hit? Chance to evade, the regeneration per hit 0.9. I still retain 0.9 regeneration per hit. Good. We're not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Alright, we got another town and more quests. God damn it. This game is so massive that you can just spend the whole day grabbing quests. No. Stop it. Don't attack my escortees. No, don't do that. Damn it. The customer. No. There we go. What do we have here? Take me to the beach. Lonely ogre. I'm lost. I was out hunting with some orcs and then suddenly I found myself all alone. I bet you're wondering how many if you get lost. Have to put you in a straight line and eventually you'll reach your home. If you reach the end of the world, the hand of God will pick you up and put you back on the other side of the discs. But the disc seems to be awfully big. I've been waiting for days and now here I am. To a beach where if I'm going home, that sounds like a very smart idea. Very smart. Okay. We also have to escort an orc. Now we are escorting all of the population in this place, in this desert, pretty much. The customer is already dying, which is a problem. Right. Fortunately, looks like this is our first destination. This is kind of like a guided tour, pretty much for them, and for us as well. Well, in our case, we are guiding them, but well. Let's see. Our first destination is a real fort. Charge. Okay. Destroy the Harpy Queen. You there. Or, sorry, hey there. My mom always says I shouldn't stray far from home because it's too dangerous. The Harpy Queen will come and get me then. She has her nest not far from here, so I never go far. Ring of Harpies. Good.
Solving your problem.
And one last quest. Have a look around the Tweety Twister bar. My soldiers like to waste their money at the Tweety Twister, a notorious drinking den not far from here. Some of them failed to return from the bar not long ago. The people at the bar claim they haven't seen a thing, but I think there's something suspicious going on there. Perhaps you could have a look around at the bar.
If I don't receive appropriate pay,
Alright, I think
Send a few
it's...
crazy
think we're-
hard as nails crack orcs your way.
what's this one? Adventure tours? Shit, it leads over there. Shit. Alright. Which is the one that took some damage? I know, it recovered the damage. Good. Good, at least they are recovering the damages. That's something that I haven't seen in a while. At least that's something that I haven't seen in a while in this game. Alright, let's get to adventure tours. And let's bring the lonely ogre to the beach. Okay, I think that's all. I think those are all of the quests that we're gonna grab, and I can begin. And I can resume the item. Alright, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. The item loot system of the game. Okay. We can resume it, people. As I was mentioning, there's a dissociation in most modern games between the economic system and the understanding of the gameplay mechanics of the game. In other words, modern games don't punish the player for not understanding the gameplay mechanics, which is absolutely terrible. We have reached the beach. The ogre should be able to find a boat to the taking home from here. Well, there we go. I can continue alone from here. Thank you for your help, little creature. There we go. All yours. The ogre is all yours. There we go. And now the customer. Next step here. Now we will travel to Scorpion Island. The most venomous bugs in all of Ancaria live there. Their venom kills a grown cow instantly. It's also said that the legendary treasure of Baliava is hidden there. Or here. Alright.
Do not confuse bravery with madness.
We're done here. Let me see. Scorpion Island, and there are turtles. Interesting. Quite interesting. Turtles that deal magic damage. So yes, there's that dissociation between the item system of the game. The economic loot system of the game. And the understanding and the deep and the learning curve and the understanding of the deep abstract model of the gameplay mechanics of the game by the player. In other words, most modern games don't have a reward punishment system, a reward/punishment system for the player for understanding the game at all. Whoa, what a treasure. It must have been hidden here for years, even centuries.
Left for that.
There we go. Basket full of demonic candy.
Repent, child. Repent. Animal product with 3 letters. Fur.
Picked up basket full of demonic candy. 200. This is useless. There we go. And I think we are done. Alright, we've explored Scorpion Island, I guess, and now we can return. To the... Very good.
Those alive deserve to be dead.
Ah, there's a dungeon there. The big bad Scorpion King is in there, or what? Well, we'll figure it out next time, I guess. Adventure tours? What? Right, let me teleport there. That's it.
I have arrived.
There we go. You're back.
Everything goes as planned.
More tours, let me guess. That double-dealing little creep, look at that. That's the gold this rogue used to pay for the adventure tour. You see, it's fool's gold. It's not real. It's not real. He picked the wrong guy to cheat this time. Go and kill that landlubber. I'll pay you well with real gold.
I give you hope.
God, I mean, we escorted him all over the place and now we have to kill him. Oh boy. Let's see. What is it? How dare you? I am an experienced adventurer. Are you? Yeah. Goodbye. Ah, this rogue will never scam anyone again. Here's half his charge in real gold. It breaks my heart to give away all these coins, but it was worth it.
Everything goes as planned.
That was an interesting turn of events. The developers never disappoint. The developers of this game never disappoint when it comes to having those little quirky plot twists. So yeah. Alright, that was an effective... Alright, that one. Washed up goods. Let me get rid of that one. Let me finish that one. That was an interesting turn of events.
I have reached my destination.
Bag of
What is going to
unknown
happen now?
contents. Anything else? So yes. Dice. Dice. Wooden box.
Repent, child. Repent.
Wooden box. Small dagger. And that's it. And that's pretty much it. Good. Good. So, as I was mentioning, that dissociation completely destroys the sense of progression from the player. It's highly effective to punish the player for not understanding the abstract complexity of the gameplay mechanics, and I think it's a mechanic that a loot system design that is not used as much as it should. Thank you very much. I can predict good work and seldom take from one.
Another check in the book of quest.
Good. And with that, we will do... Ah, look at that. They're precisely lined up so nicely for us to go right through here up until there. Okay. Alright. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. As I can finally once again dwell deeper into the economic system of the game. So we have those two elements. The balance between the loot that you get from from mobs and the loot you can get from vendors, perfectly balanced in that sense. Second element, the one that I've been mentioning throughout while doing all of these quests, that the game perfectly has a reward/punishment system for that is directly linked to the abstract complexity of the gameplay mechanics and how much the player understands those gameplay mechanics. You could see that at the beginning of the series I got killed repeatedly and I simply couldn't improve my economy until I understood. I got through that steep learning curve and improved my mastery of the gameplay mechanics and the combat in the game. Right, so I think that's a highly positive aspect. I think it's a highly positive aspect. I think it's a highly positive aspect because having a reward/punishment system in place gives a better sense of progression.
Child, repent.
Second, it increases the overall difficulty of the game, and as I always say, difficulty pretty much increases the abstract complexity of the game.
Has been accomplished.
Isn't this exciting? There we go. It increases the abstract complexity of the game, and the more you increase the abstract complexity of the game, the better replayability will be in the end, and the longer the game will be, it'll be a lengthy game. And remember, the psychological aspect of playing a lengthy game will always be that the player will remember that game much more, simply due to the fact that he has spent much more time playing it than a rather short game, as I always mentioned. Take the sword to the learned Wentelian. The text is written in an old language that I'm not familiar with. Fortunately, I know a dead language expert, and he's staying in the desert village right now. His name is Wentelian, and we've worked together in the past. He's pretty conceited, but he really does know a lot about all languages and characters. We have to show him our
I will
scroll.
help you. In the name of the Inquisition.
Right, more escorting. Ah, it also leads over there. See? Or not, or is it the other one? Here? No. Perfectly leads over there. The Harpy Queen, we have to go back for invocation, which we will do to explore the rest of the desert. And as we can see, as we explore the place, we are also being quite effective at getting at our objective. Good. Good. Like that. Let me zoom in a little. There we go. Let me get rid of them so they don't kill our puny little escortees, our clients. And where's the Harpy Queen? Should be over here. I don't see any Harpy Queen here. I don't know, we had to pick something from an undead or what? Doesn't look like it.
Come on, you laggards. There's work to do.
What the? Who said that? To kill my doppelganger. What the? The Harpy Queen? I don't see anything there. I don't see any Harpy Queen here.
Clean up in here sometime.
Just Stone Guardians. What's the deal? Perhaps I need to enter that dungeon that we passed by some minutes ago. Aha! It got updated. Right. This class would be perfect if I had some kind of like backpedal retreat system, but with our defenses, it would be way too OP because of our
Wrath of the gods.
doppelganger. It would be way too much. Having insane evasion and hey, we get to go to a crypt, a nice scary crypt. Hey, pretty good level design variety. See, this is what I mentioned last time when I was talking about the level design of the game. It has an incredible level design, because as you can see, this is not procedurally generated. The rest of the dungeons are not like this. This kind of like a unique design that was handcrafted specifically for this. Dungeon, and that's absolutely incredible considering the scope of the game. We talked about the level design last time. And where's the Harpy? Harpy Queen? Somewhere? Nothing? What's the point of this? If we have sworn the objective was over here. Ah, what the? They can attack me here, but I cannot connect. There? Ah, there was another one here. Anything else? Anything else? Ah, silly me. They were connected.
Clean up in here sometime.
There we go.
Feel death
Good.
now.
I was tricked, I guess. But it was nice exploring that dungeon. God damn it.
In your head.
The objective is there. What the?
Repent, child. Repent.
What's the purpose of this nonsense?
End justifies all means. And this is only the beginning.
Let's finish the rest of the quests, people. We'll leave the troublesome ones that have
I only need
weird objectives for last. Shall we?
I don't have room for that.
Where's my spider? Here we go. The escortees don't seem to be taking a lot of damage, so let's go. And with that, very nice wind effect there. The desert wind, very well executed there. Something that we haven't paid a lot of attention to previously. See? Get off here. Finally. Miracle sends you? How is that old camel chaser faring? Is he still winning every single fight with his Timbulus, the genie from the bottle? Well, when my Fetal Ra is finally in the bottle, we'll wipe the smirk right off his face. I'm not quite finished yet. Maybe you'd be willing to help me.
That was almost too easy.
Let's see the other one. Ah, here we are. Thank you very much for your help. Take this book, it's one of mine. Now I'm going to go talk to the archaeologist here who is trying to uncover the secret of the stoneware.
That was almost too easy.
That's a lot of loot that we should ensure we get.
A power emanates from this item.
Book 4, Table Manners and Etiquette. Talon's Rebel, Balthos Strength.
I look like a pack mule to you.
You do. Can I sell my stuff here at the smith? Would be quite convenient. There we go, thank you. Huh? Don't tell me the escort is... Damn, sadly this is for the Shadow Warrior. Well. Regeneration time, blah 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 blah. 12 million, good. Bring me 5 harpies bowels and a scarab head. Yes, indeed it's true. I found the recipe for an especially strong genie. I'm just missing a few of the ingredients I need to conjure it. I need the bowels of 5 anemic harpies and the head of a bluefoot scarab. When I mix these ingredients, then refine them with palm oil and goat's milk, I'll get a magical tincture as well as a very delicious spread. This tincture will allow me to visit the plane of the ghosts and to ban the genie there. A ban there is always helpful because the ghosts don't lose any essence while crossing the dimensions. Would you be willing to get the ingredients for me?
The Inquisition will take care of this matter.
That Harpy Queen quest is quite weird. Heads and bowels. Dead language expert. It goes on. It goes on, people. It goes on. Alright, but well, as a wrap up for today's topics of analysis, I wanted to comment that besides the points that I've mentioned, the balance between the loot system providing the best loot through the through the mobs, through the most powerful mobs of the game, and not making vendors useless, the game does strike that perfect balance, first of all. Second, the second element is, as I've said, that the game does feature a reward slash punishment system for the gold, the second part of the loot system. We have the gear, then the gold itself, and the third element, the potions, that, as I've said, it has a lot of consequences, which are basically that the player will not be able to progress through the game correctly without having a deep understanding of the gameplay mechanics. And there's that reward system that basically the player will never get any gold. It's not dissociated, it's completely associated. Precisely the loot system of the game, in which the player will not have a lot of gold at all if he has that negative proportion of spending more potions than the value of the loot that he gets. If on top of that you add the internal clock system, in which the player does not get more gold. Hey, the quest should be over here, roughly. The player does not get more gold. The language expert, there it is. Right behind me, what's going on? In which the player doesn't get more gold. Perhaps it's outside of the camp. With that second element, so the player... here, through here. So with those two elements, we have the gold that you'll never loot, that will have a negative proportion, you'll have a negative proportion in which you'll lose more gold than what you get from farming. You'll get less gold, you won't get more gold. And the direct consequence of that is that you won't be able to progress through the game, because you won't be able to mod your gear, you won't be able to modify your elemental gear, your elemental damage, and the direct consequence of that is that you will not be effective in combat, right? So, since you won't be effective in combat, the game will be much slower, and the overall pace of the game, see how all elements are affected, the speed at which you will progress through the game, the learning curve, it affects the learning curve. It does affect the learning curve, because otherwise, if you don't understand the naming conventions and the gameplay mechanics, you will never get you will never improve upon those. You will never improve your abstract understanding. You will never improve your understanding of the abstract complexity of the mental model of the game, of the gameplay mechanics of the game. You won't understand elemental damage and those things. You won't be able to mod your gear, and the direct consequence of that is slower progression and much less money. With much less money, all of that is perfectly intertwined. So there's an association. See how inherently, how intrinsically associated the economic system of the game and the gameplay mechanics are. No money, no modding gear. No modding gear, no understanding of the elemental system of the game. No understanding of the elemental system of the game, steeper learning curve, slower progression, and also you are unable to modify the elemental system of the game. You won't be able to understand the gameplay mechanics at all. Galmini, you just can't manage without me for very long, can you? You probably have more questions that only I can answer. What's the matter this time?
Task has been accomplished.
Get the second fragment from Tharum. Well then, let's see this scroll. I can tell by the looks on your faces that you guys don't have the slightest clue about such things. You guys are so lucky to have me. Interesting, it's about Burag El Lake. The message is written in code, but it hints at a second fragment. I should be able to decipher the text with its help. I recommend that you go to Farum and look for Buramat, the antiques dealer. If anyone knows anything about one of the missing parts, then it's him.
For the gods.
The antiques dealer, heads and bowels, damn it. That Harpy Queen quest is quite weird. Look at that, we can teleport here and we'll have 2 quests done. Okay. Let's get over there, let's turn in those 2 and keep going. Let's keep going. Alright.
I wonder what kind of ridiculous requests these villagers would bother me with.
Oh, they will probably bother us with a lot of ridiculous requests, that's for sure. Hey, look at the detail. Here we don't have torches, we have kind of like lamps as a source of light. It's the main source of light. Alright. We turn in this one? What? What about this one? What's going on with that quest?
What can I do for you?
That one is the farmer. Ah, yeah, that one. I forget it.
Pain too.
That one. There it is, people. The expert. Welcome. What would you like to purchase? Oh, a piece of the scroll that matches the one you have in your hands. Well, then I have just the thing for ya. Here's the second fragment, and you can have it for a mere 2,000 gold pieces. I see you have the exact amount. Wonderful. That's how I like to do business.
I've never had any doubts.
Get the last fragment from Sikuli, the Tomb Raider. Another gaming reference, Tomb Raider. I bought this fragment from a notorious Tomb Raider. It's possible that he also has one last missing piece. As far as I know, he's in the ruins near the Dejin Grotto looking for items of value. Be careful, he doesn't like it when strangers enter his territory. Sure, and the Farmer 6 lady, I think that one is automatically updated there. Let's finish this one because it's confusing, because the quest updates all over the place. Let's see. Quorum. It shouldn't take long because this is just teleporting, cycling through the settlements, people. So it shouldn't take long. The poster looks fine here. The poster looks, and there we have the last one. Last one, pretty easy if you have all of the cities unlocked. Not good for encouraging the crash of the game, because we are forcing the game to render a lot. But well, we have another quest there. It can't be that I skipped that one. I didn't skip it. It's kind of like it popped. Now, take this shipment to the outpost. I have a task for you. The people of the outpost are anxiously waiting for the shipment, but I just don't have the time to take it to them. Would you help me? It wouldn't be for free. You know, at least one cow has to reach the outpost.
I give you hope.
Interesting. This is a quest that I wasn't allowed to do previously, because we are doing. You can see how I'm clearing the game. So I can assure you that we don't have any quests. That I didn't skip any quests in here. Alright, let's get to it. There we go. Let's deliver these beautiful little cows over there. Over there, let's do it fast and furious. Did I save? Yeah, there we go. Let's deliver them. Out of my way. Thank you. There we go. All intact. Ah, the shipment. I thought it was...
For Kerr.
That was easy. And we also finished the other one. Huh? We have to turn in that quest as well. Had to turn in this one. I should have done it last time. My bad. Looks like we are done with Farmer 6 Lady. Let's turn in that one as well. We're being quite efficient at clearing quests. Good, good people. So, with those three elements that we've been talking about throughout the stream, I think I've covered an updated retrospective. Thank you. I hopefully our effort will not be made. Perhaps it won't. Well, yeah, I'll try my my need back.
Goes as planned.
Another pair of the Wayfarer.
Power
More.
emanates from this item.
An
Power
updated
emanates from this item.
Tanax plate. Look at that.
An aura of power emanates from this item.
Look at that. I need a smith immediately. Hopefully we have one at the capital. Let's do that. Let me get to the capital, guys. So
I'm sure the good citizens already start to sweat behind these windows. And so they should, since here comes the Inquisition to judge all godless heretics who defile true faith.
I love this guy. God damn it. Let me place this one here. What do we have? Anneal, double anneal. Oh, good. Good. We don't have to remove anything. And I can assign those amazing relics that I just looted. Damn it, that I reorganized it. Attack and defense value 20. Oof, that's way too good. Decisions. This one is gonna be tough, huh? This one's gonna be tough. The anneal simply increases armor and defense value. It makes us harder to be hit, so yeah, my defense definitely took a hit there. However, this one, 12% plus 6 points and armor. No, but I had those almighty relics that where are those almighty relics that would add a lot of defense and offense at the same time? I had those almighty powerful relics that I just looted. Defense value, this one? Chance to halve regeneration time, no. Ground course metal, combat arts, no. No. No, where is it? This one increases attack and defense at the same time. And opponent's attack value. This one is quite good. Quite good. This one is an option. What about those crazy amulets? I had those powerful, almighty, powerful amulets. Wait. Where are they? I already assigned them to the Wayfarer and to Saraki's Curse. I have already assigned them. Regeneration per hit. Alright, let me This one is better because this one also affects attack at the same time. Much more than anneal, but well. 39, pretty much the same. Let me sell this. 19. Yeah. I was giving a coin every time I've been given the Wayfarer. Yeah, we'll need something all powerful too. I could assign Arthamax a star, and that would free one amulet slot. No, I want that ring, so we can assign an even more powerful ring there. this one, attack value. Let me see. Remove that. We have 684, and with this one, 674. Yeah, but it also increased defense. It's not that much of a difference. And that one only provides attack. Attack and defense, attack and defense. Dexterity is defense, so +8, and attack value +7. Yeah, I think I have all of them that provide both of them now. Good. So the end result should be higher. If only I had more of them that provide both of them, that would be much better. Regeneration per hit, 2. Damn it. Visibility range, let's sell that, that's useless. Spell intensity, defensive skills. Defense value 10%. 10% of would be 65. That's a lot. Yeah. I think we're getting to the point where percentages are more effective than normal values. Let me verify it. Yeah, but these ones provide attack and defense. They are fixed, but they provide both of them. Alright, I get the point. I get the point. Percentages are more effective during the end game gameplay mechanics because your total will be higher because of your armor. Kind of like inverts the proportion. Percentages are more powerful. This one is 10.5. This one is 9.6. Does it give you any other stat? No. Yeah, pretty much. The other one gives you armor. Alright. Chance to evade is always good. What's my chance? What's my chance to evade? What's my chance to evade? What was my last chance to evade? Player's chance to hit 91. Opponent's chance to hit 29. Yeah, but those enemies have pretty bad accuracy. Let me see something. The Scarab. Let me see. Seems to be a pretty good proportion. We're doing pretty good, but you can never have perfection, I guess. $40? $25? What? God damn it. Hang on a second. Ah no, the armor physical is because of the extra 8.8%. Ah, it only affects physical armor, huh? Interesting. It only affects physical armor. Okay. Alright, so it's not that valuable. It's not that valuable. Aniel is not that valuable. Ah, here, look at this. You can enhance regeneration time with enhance. Oh, but we won't need that. We won't need that. The Wayfarer, what does it have, that one? What did I use? I used wet, right? Damage and attack value. Alright, to increase accuracy. So this one would a chance to evade. Spell intensity, no. Can I convert damage here? No. No, that would be way too OP. Only your hands can do that. Your globes. Defense value 12.8 with a chance to block stuns. 12.8, it's higher, but well, this one. Chance to have regeneration time, opponent's chance to wound. Okay, good. Opponent's chance to wound, to weaken, to burn, to poison, and to freeze. This one. This one. This one. This one will prevent them from dealing me. This is quite unusual, huh? To have an amulet that actually lowers the chance of getting damage over time effects. This is quite unusual. These are unique stats. And the chance to have regeneration time is also amazing. So yes. And we would lose 10% defense value. Yeah, but these are all a consequence of being hit. So if you cannot be hit, pretty much wound, weaken, burn, and poison. Ah, well, but it does have the chance. What's my chance to have regeneration time? What's the chance to have halve regeneration time? Wait. Chance to halve regeneration time, 0. If there's nothing, then 0. Zero. I don't have a chance to halve regeneration time. But doesn't my gear give me... No, there it is, my gear. 17.7. 17.7. Yeah, and then yes, there's a reason to include this one. There's a reason to include this one because, you know... It would be... Each attack would have a roughly 25% chance of decreasing my regeneration time by 50%, which is absolutely amazing. That alone pretty much can beat the purpose of regeneration per hit. So yeah. It can give you almost instant cooldowns. On top of reducing by 10% all of the chances to get hit, it's quite powerful. And like that, we'll lose a 10% of defense and physical armor, but I think our evasion chance is good enough as it is. So 64, and anyways this one was 52 because it's of a higher level, so it should be pretty much the same. Defense 710, and the attack should be pretty much it. 91, 87, 81, 97, blah 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 blah, pretty much the same. But now we have opponent's chance to wound, weaken, and burn. We had a beat. It's 11% to all of them. We had a beat. Good. Damage fire plus 89. Physical and magic. Good. Alright, we have some reinforced defense. Sorry, I spent a lot of time looking at that. I love dealing with stats in games. Sorry, I get lost, absolutely lost in thought. That will. Alright, what do we have here? The Harpy Queen. This quest I hate it because I don't understand honestly how to even complete it. We should finish that one because I'm sure we have more quests here. But first, let's get to Dark Invocation, shall we? It's been a long running quest that we had to complete. So at least we have a 10% chance of preventing damage over time from happening. And on top of that, it had that extra chance to halve regeneration time. So it was worth it more because of that. Because of the probability of reducing by 50% or your regeneration time than anything else. But well. See how we are... I think we have successfully dealt with the problem of regeneration. Differing opinions, new quest received. Oh, that one is for me. We talk so much about mental perception and those things. This quest was made for me.
Repent, child. Repent. First, I will make you bleed.
There we go. I think we are beyond perfection right now. Huh? I think our build goes beyond perfection right now. Yeah, the chance to halve regeneration time by 25% with every hit. It also affects Divine Devotion, so... Let's put that on cooldown, by the way. Why is it not on cooldown?
Foreseeable.
As we progress through the desert, get rid of them.
And the wrath of the gods.
There we go. Look at that. The cooldown decreased by 25%. So eventually that should go into a cooldown pretty fast as soon as that chance works. As soon as it triggers, it should lower it much more effectively than regeneration per hit. Even more effective than regeneration per hit. I wonder if it's affected by it. If it is... Let me see. Let me try with this group. Here, all of you. Let's see.
Justifies all means.
Oh. The chance to halve regeneration time. I wonder if it's per hit or per... I don't know if there's any other parameter to ensure that. Damn it. I mean, in the case of
Does not happen today.
in the case of my other normal abilities, I can definitely feel it. Like look at my cooldowns down there. They are so incredibly fast because it's 25% of the total amount.
Otherwise,
So
this stays
it
here.
clearly is 25% of the total amount. So yeah.
Don't have room for this item. Can you feel death now?
You can see that cooldown was almost instant.
I am totally overloaded.
I think it's per hit. Ah, and what about the medium? Well, in that case you are the first creature in this world to survive battling a demon. Don't get me wrong, demons aren't stronger than dragons, but they are much less known, and they are far less predictable. We'll commence the ritual right away. Could I? For one moment? It won't hurt, thank you, that's enough medium.
I never had any doubts.
So what do we get? We get the demon, and what? Come to me. Come to me, demon. I'll kill you instantly. Nothing yet. You tell me when it decides to start attacking me. Talk.
I really can't carry that any longer. I am totally overloaded.
Oh, interesting. Oh, it's taking shape. Oh. It's getting bigger. I don't think it will be as powerful as a dragon. Oh wow. It's quite big. We have to wait for the ritual people. Oh, good, there it is. You're not done yet? I mean, a round of applause for the realism. I think we're done. But they disappeared. It's done, the invocation has finished. The erroneous summoning has shown us many flaws in our rituals. We will improve them and simplify them. Soon it will be possible for everyone to summon their own demons without any danger. Without our newly gained knowledge, we will go our own way. With our newly gained knowledge, we will go our own way. Traveling west, where we'll settle in a country free from elves. There and then, the era of the humans, can begin, and the era of the Brotherhood maybe will, and the era of the Brotherhood. Maybe we will meet again in a new Ancaria. Maybe we will meet again one day. I hereby appoint you honorable fellow of our Brotherhood. Keep this name to yourself. We are the Brotherhood of the Sakara, the highest of demons.
That was almost too easy.
I expect legendary gear from this long quest that finally
room for that.
We have finally completed after millions of streams.
I don't have any room left for that.
Champion's Longbow of Agony, nothing. Yeah. Looks like that's it. Looks like our biggest quest. Our longest running quest didn't have pretty good loot, but I mean that's disappointing. But well, at least we got rid of the of the quest line once and for all. Just like the Inquisitor says. Another check in the book of quest lists. This Harpy Queen, I don't know how to get to it. We'll explore to... Let's begin. What the? Who is it? Alright, we have Dead Language Expert. Alright, we have Glenny with us. Dead Language Experts. We have to do that one. No. Why do we have to escort her to? Where? Dead Language Expert. Harpy Queen, no. Some bows, no. Hit some bowels, no. Thanks. The Final Fragment, no. It can't be that one. Ah, yeah, it has to be that one, the Final Fragment. But over there, it has to be the Final Fragment. I know, but it was the Dead Language Experts. Where's that quest? Come here, people. Dead Language Experts.
But I do it anyway.
How is this unbearable life treating you?
Uh-huh.
Hopefully not too bad. I'm going
Dead
to
Language
worry
Experts.
before I get even more depressed.
Truly happy to have shared my
Tomb Raider defeated. Where is Dead Language Experts? Didn't we finish it? Go mini the event. Dead Language Expert, here it is. The Antiques Dealer, the Final Fragment. Alright, it's a direct. Oh, okay. It's not updated when you hover over the. It still says Dead Language Expert here, but it's actually the Final Fragment. It's kind of like a nested quest which has a different name. Is the name of the nested quest there?
Run, fools.
Alright. Is that one? Oh, come on. Let me... This twisted place once again. I think this is a dead end, isn't it? Yeah. For some reason. Gonna progress through here. Let me get out of this labyrinth. Let's see if we can get over